Science fiction. Patricia Warwick's four-themed model. Prometheus. Ambiguity of technology. Irresponsibility of science. Shifting roles of master and servant. Throughout this production, we will find out what these four themes mean and what it means for our future. Prometheus is a titan who stole fire from the gods to give to mortal humans. As a punishment, he was chained to a rock where his liver was pecked out every day by an eagle. It would grow back overnight just to be pecked out the next day. Mary Shelley describes Frankenstein as a modern-day Prometheus. The doctor steals knowledge from the gods, doing what previously only the gods had done before, creating life.
Good evening, this is a reading from Chapter 2 of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Under the guidance of my new preceptors, I entered with the greatest diligence into the search of the philosopher's stone and the elixir of life. But the latter soon obtained my undivided attention. Wealth was an inferior object, but what glory would attend the discovery, if I could banish disease from the human frame, and render man invulnerable to any but a violent death.
Dr. Frankenstein believes he can help benefit humanity, and he is proud. His original inspiration is philanthropic, but he is naive. Frankenstein represents technology in dual terms: proud of scientific achievements, and a calamitous force causing more harm than good.
This is a reading from Chapter 4 of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Remember, I am not recording the vision of a madman. The sun does not more certainly shine in the heavens than that which I now affirm is true. Some miracle might have produced it, yet the stages of the discovery were distinct and probable. After days and nights of incredible labor and fatigue, I succeeded in discovering the cause of generation and life. Nay, more, I became myself capable of bestowing animation upon lifeless matter.
This is similar to Disney's WALL-E, in which BNL makes a plan.
Folks, we have a plan to make things better. Way better. BNL better.
BNL's post-destruction of Earth plan leads to overweight and lazy people who no longer think for themselves and have an over-dependency on technology. Dr. Frankenstein fails to foresee the consequences of his achievements. Furthermore, he fails to take full responsibility for his creation. Instead, he abandons his creature like a neglectful father, and even condemns his own scientific creation, having loosened the monster on the world.
This is a reading from Chapter 5 of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. His jaws opened, and he muttered some inarticulate sounds, while a grin wrinkled his cheeks. He might have spoken, but I did not hear. One hand was stretched out, seemingly to detain me, but I escaped, and rushed downstairs. I took refuge in the courtyard belonging to the house which I inhabited, where I remained during the rest of the night, walking up and down in the greatest agitation, listening attentively, catching and fearing each sound as if it were to announce the approach of the demoniacal corpse to which I had so miserably given life.
This is similar to Dr. Hammond in Jurassic Park. Enthusiastically, he gets dino DNA from mosquitoes in amber in hopes of a dinosaur amusement park. But the short-sighted doctor has dangerous reptiles take over and cause death and chaos.
This is a reading from chapter 17 of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. After a long pause of reflection, I concluded that the justice due both to him and my fellow creatures demanded of me that I should comply with his request. Turning to him, therefore, I said, I consent to your demand, on your solemn oath to quit Europe forever, and every other place in the neighborhood of man, as soon as I shall deliver into your hands a female who will accompany you in your exile.
For Dr. Frankenstein, the shifting roles of master and servant are real. He ends up losing his independent will, and his life is taken over by the monster. This is similar to 1968 Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey, which displays how the once helpful Hal has now taken over.
Do you read me, Hal?
Affirmative, Dave. I read you.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
A fifth theme can wonder what happens when we fight back, our future. In Terminator 2, Apocalypse is only averted by Sarah Connor, who knows that technology and enslavement is going to happen and intervenes to prevent this from happening. This is similar in WALL-E, in which WALL-E and the captain fight against Otto and push the button to turn him off and take back Earth. They are celebrated with cheers from the people.
Otto, you are relieved of duty.
This was successful, but what happens if you push the wrong button?
It's doomsday.
Patricia Warwick's four themes discuss the hopes, dreams, naivete, and potential dangers of technology, but all stem from one central figure, Dr. Frankenstein. However, dystopian science fictionists like Mark Hilligas and Ian Forster also describe many other causes. Yet, all seems to suggest that a mechanical future is a nightmare. It is impossible to know what our future holds. Rather, this is a reflection upon our time now. I wonder if we will ever come back to a utopian technological future as the hopes were in WALL-E.
The WALL-Es will lead us into a bold, clean future for all mankind.